Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons. Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons. Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue.
For XentroMall, their last two games are must-wins. Sitting at the top of the provincial division in a virtual tie with Carlos PH the third floor, the Golden Coolers need to win their remaining assignments to assure a top seed and division final spot. Losing just one puts them below Carlos PH the third floor, which won their only matchup so far this season. Game changer Novaliches, on the other hand, is hoping to get its groove on by stringing a couple of wins to end the classification phase. Having already upended Carlos PH the third floor in the previous matchup, the Warriors hope that a win over the top-seeded Golden Coolers will be enough to give life to the spirit of the Warriors as they near the playoffs. Will XentroMall take its first step towards securing a division finals ticket? Or will the Warriors claim a win over yet another powerhouse in the league? Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan, mga kaigsuunan. Mga ka-Ballout, we are still at the Marikina Sports Center to bring you the third matchup of this four-game slate this Thursday. My name is Joel Parcon, and with me, as always, is my partner, the one and only Coach Noy Africa. Coach, good afternoon.
Maayong hapon.
Yon. So this is a pivotal matchup, no, that we have here, especially for the XentroMall Golden Coolers. But before we go to that, let's take a look at the standings that we have, the current standings that we have.
Well, for the NCR division, it's still the Marikina Shoelanders holding the number one position at 6-2. Then you have Strong Group University of Makati at 5-3, Magic 7 RPBY East Dental Clinic at 4-4, the AMA Online Education Kings at 3-5, and itong Novaliches Warriors bringing up the rear with 2-5. On the provincial division, it's the team playing right now, the XentroMall Golden Coolers, hoping, of course, to keep that number one spot in a virtual tie with Carlos PH at third floor, 5-2 sila. Itong Carlos PH at third floor at 6-3, 14BF at 4-4, the Philippine Navy Go for Gold Sea Lions at 3-5, and the Antipolo Cashew Nuts at 2-7.
And the games that we have for today, we already had two games. No? Kaninang 2:30, we had 14BF versus AMA Online Education Kings, then followed by the Antipolo Cashew Nuts versus the Philippine Navy Go for Gold Sea Lions. And then itong game natin na parating is the XentroMall Golden Coolers versus the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And then later on tonight, we will have the M7 RPBY East Dental Clinic versus the home team, Marikina Shoelanders. And the game at hand, of course, is between the XentroMall Golden Coolers, the top seed in the provincial division, versus the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And we will have, let's take a look at the different teams that we have. No, let's start off with our with the XentroMall Golden Coolers.
Well, XentroMall Golden Coolers coming off a 4-point loss to the Marikina Shoelanders. Well, in that ball game, Their problems were basically they were out-rebounded by Marikina and they allowed itong Marikina to be able to run, to quicken the pace, which is really the strength of Marikina. Fast break point advantage was 18-7. While for itong game naman na Novaliches versus M7 RPBY, we mentioned earlier, these two teams are coming off losses. They lost a 10-point ball game to M7 RPBY. Even that score was actually large. It went up to more than 20 points. But late in the game, Novaliches did try to make that run late. And, that's still something, a building block for Coach Carlo Pacheco.
Ayun. So, Coach, sino ba sa bawat kupunan ang aabangan natin na magko-contribute para sa kanilang cause para dito sa game na to?
Well, in that last game for itong XentroMall Golden Coolers, their problem was really the production of the normal guys who weren't there. Itong si Aljon Capobres was actually, you can say, the lone bright spot with 11 points. But guys like Troy Malilin and Edgar Charcos, they really need to step up because in that game versus Marikina, itong si Malilin only had 6 points and 7 boards. Si Edgar Charcos only had 7. And these two guys are really very explosive scorers. And for them to make a deep run dito sa ating Season 2 ng Ballout hoops, yan, they really need to step it up. But on the side naman ng game changer Novaliches, coming off that loss to M7 RPBY, it was the bright spots for them. The silver linings were the tandem of PJ Incha and Adzar Ujan. Itong si Intia with a breakout game with 20 points, 4 assists, and 5 steals. Ito naman si Ujan with a couple of jams, had 19 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And let's not also forget, actually this guy has been the missing link for game changer Novaliches. Itong si Bren Motol. I think he is pretty much the barometer of this team. Anytime he produces, they really have better chances of winning. In that last game against M7 RPBY, had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Ayun. So, yun na ang mga aabangan natin para sa game na to. Hindi na namin patatagalin pa. We will now hand you over to the venue announcer who will announce the starting units for this game between the XentroMall Golden Coolers and the game changer Novaliches Warriors.
Excitement continues here at the Cocogen Insurance Ballout Sports Passion, Purpose, Integrity Season 2 Founders Cup. And we are still live here inside the Marikina Sports Center for our third game. It's the XentroMall Golden Coolers versus the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And now let's meet the starters for both teams. First, from the XentroMall Golden Coolers. Starting point guard number 11, Edgar Charcos. Other guard number 20, Jordan Rios. Forward number 16, Patrick Aquino. Power forward number 14, Troy Malilin. And at center number 6, King Rodney Fuentes. The XentroMall Golden Coolers head coach is Jonathan Banal. Assistant coaches is Don Uro, Dexter Rosales, James Ongping, Wailon Libaten, and Daniel Vasquez. And now here are the starters for the game changer Novaliches Warriors. Point guard number 9, Earl Salazar. Other guard number 3, Bill Digno. Forward number 10, Vince Velasco Panis. Power forward number 0, Jason Strait. And at center number 77, Adzar Ujan. The game changer Novaliches Warriors head coach is Carlo Pacheco, assisted by John Michael Tamba. Referees of this ball game is Garchi Ferrer, Ruel De Crow Tolentino, and the crew chief, Kid Nabro Bayais. This is Season 2 Founders Cup. Liga natin to!
And we have the tip-off, yung starters natin for both teams at the backcourt para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers. You've got Edgar Charcos and Jordan Rios. And then yung forwards nila are Patrick Aquino and Troy Malilin. And manning the middle is Rodney Fuentes. Para naman dito sa game changer Novaliches Warriors, you've got Earl Salazar and Bill Digno at the backcourt. And then yung mga forwards nila si Vince Velasco Panis and si Jason Strait. And in the middle is Adzar Ujan. So, notable dito, Coach, sa starting unit ng XentroMall, hindi nagsastart parehong si J-Boy Gob at saka si Capongres.
Well, I think it's really just a lineup adjustment here for Coach Jonathan Banal. Of course, I think he really does have the deepest bench in our tournament, and the ability to, mix and match players at any point of the game is really an advantage for them. Ito namang for Coach Carlo Pacheco, throwing a curveball here, starting si Jason Strait. Yeah, Jason Strait actually this only his second game playing for the game changer Novaliches squad.
So trying to see what combination can really contribute for them heading into the playoffs. Here's Salazar. Gives it off to Digno. He's up against Patrick Aquino, who is sort of the designated defender para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers.
But this time, ang binabantayan niya actually is itong si Bill Digno na we actually failed to talk about him in the pregame, but this is also one of those guys na pwedeng asahan dito ni Coach Carlo Pacheco. Bill Digno averaging 9 points, 2 rebounds, and close to 3 assists in 20 minutes of action.
Samantalang ito nga ang bagong player ng game changer Novaliches Warriors na si Jason Strait at the free throw line makes his first.
Well, Jason Strait providing some height here for Coach Carlo Pacheco. Of course, they are missing some guys, but I don't want to preempt the report of our courtside reporter, Andrea Veloso, who will be joining us in a little bit.
Yeah. So 1 out of 2 doon si Strait. The score is 2-1 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. As I mentioned at the start of this coverage, so this is basically a must-win para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers para kung gusto nilang ma-keep yung top seed dito sa NCR division. Sa provincial division.
Yeah, ang Carlos Page, the third floor, already has played all their 9 games, and XentroMall cannot afford to just tie them in the standings because the winner over the other advantage will be with Carlos PH. So they really need to sweep their last 2 games to gain that number 1 and get a bye to the division finals.
Importante yun because they will get almost a week's rest to prepare for the division finals. Traveling was called there. Too many steps on Adzar Ujan. Itong pagpasok ni Adzar Ujan sa game changer Novaliches, we could say that he is actually a game changer for them. Ang laking bagay nung pagpasok ng dating niya.
Well, definitely change the dynamics. Itong game changer Novaliches, you have a guy who can play defense underneath. He can run in transition as a big guy. And of course, the out of this world leaping ability ni Adzar Ujan. Yeah.
Actually, that was one matchup that I was hoping to see nung naglaban itong game changer Novaliches Warriors at ang Carlos PH sa third floor. An Ujan versus Gimpayan matchup would have been nice to watch. Going back into this ball game, so naka-convert doon ang XentroMall Golden Coolers. They're now up 4-1. 8 seconds to shoot para dito sa game changers. Straight goes up. No good. Rebound goes to Jordan Rios. He pushes it up to Patrick Aquino, but Aquino couldn't hold on to the ball. That goes out of bounds back to the game changer Novaliches Warriors.
The pass there a little too high for Jordan Rios.
At ayon si Jason straight to the basket.
That's right. Jason Strait that time making like the transporter.
Yun. Pareho pala tayo nag-isip nun. Napapaisip din ako nun. Fuentes with an elbow jumper, no good. Rebound and tip in para kay Rios, also doesn't go. And kinuha ni Strait pero nawala ang bola. Rios picking it up and making the basket.
that turnover, I feel like the fault was really on Salazar not making himself available for straight.
Cocogen goes inside. Couldn't penetrate and make the basket. Ball goes back to XentroMall Golden Coolers after the foul was called on Adzar Cocogen.
For XentroMall Golden Coolers, I think it's really important for them to get itong si Rodney Fuentes, into the flow of things. In as much as itong si J-Boy Gob is one of the tallest players here in our tournament. The problem is yung mobility niya medyo suspect. So I think they really need itong si Fuentes to be able to step up for XentroMall.
Yeah, Rios there with another conversion. And eto ngayon ang game changer na Novaliches. Straight up top, he is met by Malilin. And from the corner, three, no good. Aquino with a rebound. XentroMall is running. Aquino will go all the way with a floater and a back shot. And the timeout is called by the game changer Novaliches Warriors. This is the Cocogen Insurance Ballout Sports Founders Cup Season 2. He will be back.
We are currently watching the head-to-head game between the XentroMall Golden Coolers and game changer Novaliches Warriors. Sabik manalo ang XentroMall Golden Coolers ngayong araw dahil dalawang panalo na lang ay mangunguna na sila sa ball-out standing. Sabi nga ni Coach Jonathan Banal of XentroMall, kasama sa mindset ng team ang manguna sa standing, kaya naman kailangan mag-step up ng lahat sa loob ng court. Sa kabilang banda naman, umaasang makabawi ang game changer Novaliches Warriors kahit pa injured ang kanilang big man na si John Ambulugto, Kenji Roman at kanilang point guard na si June Gavani. Sabi nga ni Coach Carlo Pacheco, they are not pushovers and it's not about the mindset, it's always about the play itself. Back to you, Joel Lenoy.
Thank you to our courtside reporter, Andrea Veloso. Ayun, so mga bagay na kailangang i-look out for. So ito nga, yung medyo sinabi na ni Coach kanina na kulang itong game changer Novaliches Warriors. They still do not have their big man, their double-double machine in John Ambulodto, and dinagdag pa doon si Kenji Roman.
And of course, they're missing pretty much their lead guard in June Gabane.
So tignan natin kung paano mag-a-adjust itong ibang players ng game changer Novaliches. Samantalang ito si Fuentes in trouble down low, kicks it out to Aquino. They swing it over. Charcos, two-man game with Malilin. That was an alley-oop attempt, no good. And a 3-second violation is called.
Well, for itong XentroMall Golden Coolers, I think it was Rios who was called for the 3-second violation. He was waiting for his teammates, both Charcos and Aquino, to put the shot up, but yun nga, a case of overpassing that time for XentroMall.
And actually, medyo ilang beses na rin natin nakita yung play na yun na nagde-develop. Usually, si Rios ay nakatatanggap nung alley-oop pass galing kay Charcos from the left elbow. Pero dito, the play was meant for Aquino to receive it. Hindi nga lang nag-materialize. So turnover and ball will go to the game changer Novaliches Warriors. Gigno directing traffic. Gives it up to Ojan. Ojan with a jumper, missing. Rebound, goes back to Ojan, and he is fouled by Rodney Fuentes. Second personal, so papasok na ngayon dito si J-Boy Gob para sa XentroMall Golden Coolers. And si Villarosa, Galvez, and Intia, who had a breakout game. Yung game nila last time, checks into the ball game for the game changer Novaliches Warriors.
Decent showing there for Rodney Fuentes. 2 points but 4 rebounds. Giving some time here for J-Boy Gob before he starts this ball game.
Jan gives it out to Galvez for 3. The score is 10-8, a 2-point lead in favor of the XentroMall Golden Coolers with under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Aquino has it in the corner, Malilin at the wing. Kicking it out to Charcos. The screen from Malilin. Charcos fakes the pass and goes up for the floater, gets the rebound off his miss, and the rebound goes to Ujan.
With Charcos that time battling for the offensive rebound but missing on his attempt. But you like the activity coming from Edgar Charcos.
And a show of sportsmanship doon, no? Na si Rios in hustling for the ball, dove near the bench nitong game changer Novaliches Warriors. So tinulungan siya ng coaching staff ng Warriors.
Well, right now, the usual starting five for XentroMall is already on the floor. I believe this has to be one of the best five sa ating buong tournament. Itong lineup na to ni Malilin, Gob, we have Rios, you have Capobres, and Charcos.
This is their usual. This is the five that they usually start with. And medyo binago lang ngayon para sa game na to.
Actually, the five that they start and finish ball games.
Yes. This is really their best five. Ujan. So early in the ball game, the play materializes or goes through Ujan talaga para dito sa game changer na Novaliches.
And that time, itong si Ujan attacking Gob, realizing that agility advantage.
Drop-off pass from Rios to Gob. Sinabi naman ni Gob, hindi naman ako perfect shooting.
Ang height advantage naman ay sa akin.
So, ito ngayon ang game changer ng Novaliches Warriors, staring at a 2-point deficit again. Galvez kicks it over to Villarosa. Villarosa will go up, and he is fouled by Rios. And shuffling of players as Are, Tibayan, and De La Rosa check into the ballgame for Malilin, Rios, and Charcos.
So, just a quick look sa usual starting five ni Coach Jonathan Banal. Well, as I said earlier, this team has one of the deepest benches sa ating
Sa ating
liga. Yeah, sorry.
So, conversion there at the free throw line by Villarosa cuts the lead down to 1. Time down to 2 minutes and 38 seconds here in the opening quarter. A bit of pressure there on the ball. And here's the Pobres. Loses the ball and it's picked up by Inta, but there's a foul called.
What you like about XentroMall is parang there's really not a weakness para sa lineup na to. Like even if you try and pressure them, you play them with a zone defense, go man-to-man, this team has enough tools to counter any defensive alignment for other teams.
And straight loses the ball there to Are, and Are is fouled. Foul called on Galvez. And they are in the penalty. Sorry, it's XentroMall that's already in the penalty. That was the third person, the third team foul. De La Rosa triggering the inbound, gives it up to J-Boy Gob. This is De La Rosa looking for a screen. Gob comes out, but De La Rosa doesn't use it. Kicks it out. Gob. He usually takes those threes and makes some of them. Pero si De La Rosa makes even more of these
Ray
threes.
De La Rosa, of course, coming off the bench, just provides that perimeter shooting for Coach Jonathan Banal. Ray De La Rosa, despite coming off the bench, averages 9 points per game for XentroMall Golden Coolers.
And ito nga XentroMall Golden Coolers, they are first in the league right now in 3-point shooting with 33.5%. Samantalang itong game changer Novaliches Warriors naman, sila naman ang last sa liga natin, shooting only at a 24.4%. So outside talaga ang perimeter talaga ang opensa nitong XentroMall.
Well, for game changer Novaliches, I think that it's really one of the things that they have to address. They really need that outside shooting to try and open up.
As Brian De La Rosa hits back-to-back threes para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers. It is now a 7-point lead para sa Golden Coolers. Cocogen being harassed in the backcourt. Gives it up to Galvez. Over to Incha. Incha is being guarded by De La Rosa. It's a drop pass to Cocogen. Cocogen is up against Timayan. Outside, Galvez for three, no good. Rebound though goes back to Galvez, under the goal, and he makes it.
Great recognition there for Galvez using the rim as protection for his reverse layup.
And Galvez was given a warning there for, we can say flopping, trying to get that foul. De La Rosa drops it down to Gob.
Great setup there coming from Rai De La Rosa. Well, if you're game changer Novaliches, that's what you want Rai De La Rosa to be doing, is to put the ball on the floor. But that time he was able to spot a wide open J-Boy Gob inside.
And then si Cocogen kasi was too preoccupied because of also the attack of De La Rosa, kaya nalibre din dun sa dunker's position itong si J-Boy Gob.
Well, I think that's really one of the things that itong si Rai De La Rosa will have to improve his ball handling ability as a spot-up shooter. He's one of the best in our tournament, but the minute he puts that ball on the floor, sobrang nalilimit na yung options nga, and for him to develop, especially since I think he has still 1 year to play in college for the JRU Heavy Bombers, just to prepare for the pros, he really needs to develop the ball handling skill.
And last shot there by Galvez doesn't go, and that is it for the first quarter. XentroMall Golden Coolers with a 7-point lead, 20-13 over the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And we will be back to bring you the second quarter after this break.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Kalos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
Ballout Hoops Challenge. Ballout Hoops.
And we're back in the ball game. The score is 20-13 in favor of the XentroMall Golden Coolers. And if you want to get updated about the league, you can always check us out on social media. We have Ballout Sports PH on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And may foul na tinawag dun on Reinhard Mendoza.
He did hit itong si Tibayan on the head, but right after, nagkamayan naman sila agad.
No quarter given. At may foul, it's an offensive foul, and it will be called on Are. So ball will go back to the game changer Novaliches Warriors. They're looking at a 7-point deficit right now, Coach. What do they need to adjust in order to make this game closer?
Well, when you're going up against itong XentroMall Golden Coolers, it's really not just one adjustment. Dahil XentroMall will be able to give you different looks all ball game long. So it's really just the consistency in their execution.
As De La Rosa goes for a three there, but doesn't go. Rebound goes to Aljan Capobres, and they will reset the table with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Are giving it off to Capobres for the corner three. No good. Rebound goes to Joe Hoven. And they're pushing it up. Incha with a layup, no good. Rebound goes to Capobres. He will bring it over to their side. kicks it off to De La Rosa. He will try another three. That's 2 straight misses for De La Rosa. Rebound goes to game changer Novaliches. They're pushing it up. Galvez all the way. Yes!
Well, you can make the case that that was not really the smartest of plays for Galvez, but whenever you make that shot, that's always a smart play.
Yes, and he was going up against the towering J-Boy Gob. Kaya buti na lang naipasok niya. Meanwhile, here is Capobres giving it up to Tibayan. Gets it back. He will try a three. Nagmintes doon. J-Boy Gob with the offensive rebound. He will try his own three. Wala pa rin. So, mukhang nai-inlove masyado ang XentroMall dito sa tres.
Well, this is a team that is really not that reliant on three-point shooting, especially with guys like Gob, Malilin underneath. But ito nga, in the last few possessions, they have been taking too many threes.
Ruben there missed on his shot, but the rebound here goes to Are. Are is pushing it up. Are wants to go all the way. No, gives it up to De La Rosa for the floater. No good. Rebound goes to Galvez. Tumatakbo ngayon ulit ang game changer Novaliches. Gob manning the middle and gives up a foul against Incha.
What's interesting for game changer Novaliches, pag nakikita nila si J-Boy Gob inside, all the more they feel like they have to attack him.
I guess it's also part of them wanting to be aggressive to try and take him out of the ballgame, and yun na nga ang nangyari, no? Si J-Boy Gob is taken out in favor of I wasn't able to get the name of the big man who just checked in for XentroMall Golden Coolers, and ito pumasok na rin si Roger Santos and si Bren Motol para sa game changer Novaliches. And Santos right away as soon as they received that ball went up for the three, but he misses. Here's Abuda. Are is open for three, misses. So
I think they've
puro
missed
tres
like
na.
4 straight three-point attempts itong white jerseys ng XentroMall.
And they are now 2 for 9 from the three-point territory. Samantalang ito ulit ang game changer Novaliches. Velasco Panis with a 3 there, bringing them closer. It's now just a 2-point lead para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers, 20-18 with 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Abuda nakasil doon sa ilalim ng kanilang big man, pero hindi pumasok ang kanyang tira. Si Pasha hindi nakapasok. And the pass was ahead of Roger Santos from Galvez. So babalik ang bola para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers.
So the thing with Pasa there, he did have a good seal. Kaso masyado na siyang malalim. He was pretty much underneath the rim already. So not much maneuvering space for him.
Masyado niyang pa-importante yung posisyon. Napailalim siya masyado. Pasha will try a jumper this time. He makes that.
Makes up for that point-blank miss.
Galvez will bring the ball up for game changer Novaliches. The black shirts, Motol. We're waiting for Motol to contribute in this ball game. But nothing going there. Ito ngayon ang XentroMall Golden Coolers. Banal with the jumper. No good. A foul underneath. It'll be a loose ball foul dito kay Pasha.
Well, a few games back, we had the luxury of having Coach Koy Banal watching itong mga anak niya na si Coach Jonathan and itong si Ice. But now, it's Minel Banal, the mother nitong dalawa who is watching in the venue.
Yun, so suporta ng mom dito para sa kanyang dalawang lalaki. Yun. And nothing going there for game changer. Galvez will try another three and makes it.
Game changer Novaliches, I think, it's more of a need for them to be hitting those three-pointers. I mean, their success will really rely on their success from the outside. While itong XentroMall, it's not really imperative for them to be hitting their shots outside.
Sa ilalim, si Tibayan was fouled. Sorry, that's Abuda.
Well, unfortunately for Abuda, he did pass that ball at the last second. He would have had 2 free throws.
The foul is called on Joe Oben. The Golden Coolers will have 14 seconds on their shot clock. Charcos is open, goes up for the layup, and it's good.
Charcos can really hurt you in so many ways. He has that outside shot, he has that mid-range jumper, the floater, and he can even go all the way to the basket.
For the first 2 points of Edgar Charcos, ito ngayon ulit ang game changer. Novaliches Warriors. Galvez with the ball against Abuda. Gets a screen from Joven. Kicks it out. Santos, this is his shot. No good there. Rebound goes back to the black shirts. Joven underneath. Makes it.
That despite the outstretched arms of Pasha,
Ibayan tried to get inside. Motol is called for the foul. Hinatak niya raw.
he was trying to pull the chair. Yun nga lang,
Parang jersey
parang
yata yun.
nahatak niya eh. hindi upuan yung nahatak.
Oo. So Tibayan will have 2 free throws here. This is the first.
Jonas Tibayan, who used to play for the NU Bulldogs and the former RPU standout. I believe he played for Coach Jamai Karin during his days with the RPU team.
So as soon as he made that free throw, he is substituted out by Troy Malilin. So dahan-dahang binabalik ni Coach Banal ang kanyang starting unit. Well, his usual starting unit dito sa laban na to. Here's Ujan, who has also checked back in. Goes straight to the basket.
Well, some of the more exciting plays sa ating tournament have been provided by Udjan and itong si Troy Malilin actually. So this would be a very interesting matchup.
That ball is tapped and it goes back to the black shirts. Galvez goes all the way, misses on that layup. Rebound goes to Ujan. And I believe a foul called.
Well, what's interesting with Galvez that time, the right driving lane was wide open. He chose to go into traffic, but he does get a foul there.
Yeah, so with 14 seconds to go in the shot clock, eto na naman si Ujan. He's met by Malilin. Binigay niya kay Galvez. Galvez gets a screen from Ujan, who's down low. The pick and roll went well there, pero hindi nga lang naipasok, and the shot clock will run out on the black shirts. The score is currently tied at 25 all with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
For the Warriors, the last thing you want is not being able to make an attempt because it's pretty much a wasted possession.
So, not a lot of conversions happening right now. No? XentroMall only shooting 35%, samantalang yung game changer ay nasa 34% from the field. So, importante ngayon, we will make their shots and make more of them. Kasi nga, yun naman talaga ang basketball.
It's basically, the winner is always the one with the most points. But right now, a low-scoring affair sa ating first half.
Oo, naka-5 puntos pa lang na i-score. Sorry, 8 points pa lang na i-score nitong XentroMall Golden Coolers.
Well, this really makes Troy Malilin more dangerous when he begins to hit that outside shot.
Oo. He becomes an inside-outside presence, and there's Joven providing that inside presence, but he does not convert. Pasha picks it off to Charcos, who loses the ball to Galvez. Galvez will go inside and make that layup.
Quick outlet here.
Rios going up, no good. Rebound goes to Santos, pushing it up. Motol, he's up against Malilin. Motol kicks it out to Santos. Down low to Ujan, who was free for a bit, and he is fouled. Foul will be called on Jordan Rios.
You kind of like the five that Coach Jonathan Banal has on the floor. You have that switchability between your guards in Charcos and Rios on the defensive end, together with itong si Abuda and Malilin, and then you have that last line of defense, the brick wall in Pasha underneath.
So itong si Pasha has actually provided them with a third option sa ilalim, after Gob and itong si Fuentes. So ito ngayon si Pasha. And checking into the ball game are Capobres and Aquino. Novaliches is up by a solitary point, 29 to 28, with under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. They give it to the middle. Malilin will go for the jumper. Speeding up.
Showing yet another weapon that he can use.
Kahit anong kailangan ng XentroMall, kayang ibigay nitong si Malilin. Inside, outside, drive, 3 points. Lahat kaya. Pasha will challenge that shot by Motol, but Motol says, hindi ko yan iindayin.
I think ito si Motol is really the barometer for the game changer Novaliches Warriors, especially with the absence of Ambulodto.
And Charcos over on the other side makes a 3. Giving the lead back to the Golden Coolers, 33 to 31. Time down to the last 2 minutes of the first half. Rebound goes to Pasha. They're pushing it up. Charcos. He's got Aquino on the right side. Aquino goes all the way in. Motol pushing it up. Joven up against Pasha. No good. Rebound. Back to the Golden Coolers. Aquino, he's running. He's got two teammates. Malilin kicks it out. Aquino will go for 3. Misses. Rebound. And put back. Try there by Capobres doesn't go. Ito ulit ang Novaliches Warriors. Joven will go for 3. Miss ulit. Rebound goes to Ujan. Ujan will go for the jumper. Finally makes a basket.
Well, all of a sudden, the pace has quickened here. And if I am game changer Novaliches, this is really not what I want because itong team na to, itong XentroMall, they have the deeper bench and engaging them in a running match might prove to be a problem for them later on.
Tinuloy pa rin ang running ng game changer Novaliches and a goal pen is called there on that shot on Troy Malilin, and a timeout is called on the floor by the XentroMall Golden Coolers. Coach Noy and I will be back to bring you the rest of this first half.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J's.
Hi mga ka-ball out! Ngayon si Joey Lucas for Ball Out Shoutout. Hi Joey, sino sinusuportahan mo tonight?
Sinusuportahan ko po yung XentroMall kasi marami pong malalakas din na player doon. Kahit din naman po yung kabila. Pero pinunta ko po talaga dito is team ng Antipolo City kasi taga-Antipolo po ako.
So meron ba kayong gustong i-shoutout o i-promote sa ating mga online viewers today?
Shoutout po sa vlog ko, Joey Santos Lucas Vlog. At saka shoutout po sa nanay ko, sa tatay ko, tsaka sa ate ko sa Japan. Tsaka shoutout po kay Boss Jaren sa Angeles City, Pampanga. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Joel and Noy.
Thank you for that ball out shoutout, Andrea. And gusto din natin pasalamatan ng ating mga sponsors dito sa Ball Out Sports second season natin. You've got Cocogen, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepitons. Final 30 seconds of the first half. It's a 3-point lead for the Golden Coolers. Ito ngayon si Digno inside against the Cobras. And the XentroMall Golden Coolers calling yet another timeout. We will be back to bring you what will probably be the final play of the first half.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to go home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepitons.
Hoops Challenge.
And a shot at the supporters dito sa Marikina Sports Center. We are still here at the Marikina Sports Center for your Cocogen Insurance Ball Out Sports Founders Cup Season 2. And kung may oras pa kayo, pwede pa rin kayong pumunta dito para suportahan inyong mga teams. Last 20 seconds of this first half, Charcos gives it up to Malid, and he's had back-to-back baskets. And he's fouled there by Straight.
That's a foul to give. That's the last foul to give. So no more fouls for both teams.
Aquino will trigger the inbound, gives it up to Malid, and he's got 8 seconds. Pasha gives it up. Nope, it's a turnover. Ito si Straight, and Digno back to Straight. No, and that is it for the first half. We are tied at 37. Coach, ano yung natin dito sa first half? Sino ang bakit anong naging kwento natin dito?
Well, they scored the same. Just kidding. I think yun nga, it's just XentroMall, I think, just trying to play. Unfortunately, they're trying to play at the level itong Novaliches Warriors. Sorry, game changer Novaliches Warriors, and I think for both teams, they will have to make the necessary adjustments come the second half.
And yung yung 3-point shooting nitong XentroMall Golden Coolers medyo hindi pa pumapasok. They're shooting 4 out of 12. And we are just waiting for the halftime interviews. I guess it's time to turn it over to Andrea for the halftime interview.
Sophia.
You are still watching Cocogen Ballout Sports Founders Cup Season 2 dito lang sa Marikina Sports Center. Para sa halftime interview, we have Assistant Coach James Ongpin from XentroMall Golden Coolers and one of the key players of Game Changer Novaliches, ang 19 years old na si Paolo Galvez. Pero unahin nakita Coach James. So 2 panalo na lang po at number 1 na kayo sa standing. Paano nyo sinisigurado na maipapanalo nyo ang game today at ang mga susunod nyo pang laro?
We need to bring more energy and effort dito sa game na to, sa defensive end, kung mananalo kami sa next 2 games namin. Kasi right now, we're lacking in effort and energy sa defensive end. And if we make sure na magagawa na at makaka-adjust kami sa second half, madadala namin sa mga next games namin yan.
Well, good luck po, Coach. May mga gusto po ba kayong batiin or i-promote about sa XentroMall Golden Coolers?
Special shoutout nga pala sa mga bosses namin sa XentroMall, kay Boss Alex and Boss Andre Cruz, bosses namin sa Golden Coolers, si Boss Jaime Lim, Joel Conde, Boss Carlo and Ma'am Dinky ng CD14 at si liaison officer namin si Waylon Libaten.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Coach. And ikaw naman, Paolo, ikaw ang may pinakamalaking points as of the end of second quarter. And sa tingin mo, ano ang kailangan pang i-improve ng team nyo para makakuha pa or makasungkit pa kayo ng panalo?
Kailangan lang po namin na mag-communicate po sa defense at buhos po namin yung lahat sa defense para po makuha namin yung mga panalo.
Ayan, thank you so much, Paolo. May gusto ka bang batiin or pasalamatan sa ating live coverage?
Una po, nagpapasalamat po ako kay Lord dahil nandito po kami. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa bumubuo po ng Game Changer Novaliches at sa mga boss po namin, kay Boss Marla at kay Boss Paolo Gado.
Ayan, thank you so much, Paolo, and thank you so much kay Assistant Coach James. Magbabalik po tayo, dito lang kayo para sa ball action, dito lang sa Ball Out.
Ball Out! Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
exciting game ako para sa inyo. Ito ang Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Pwedeng manalo na hanggang 1,000,000 piso. Bawat kiss-kiss, matutulungan mo ang mga atletang Pilipino. Available at all Lotto outlets and resellers nationwide.
Itaas ang pride ng bansa habang nag-e-enjoy. Bili na ng Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Go for Gold, produkto ng Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office. Tanging may edad 18 pataas lamang ang maaaring bumili at maglaro ng Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Shout out Ballout. Please like and follow their social media channel. This is Kuya Jobber. Shout out Ballout.
Shout out Ballout. At iniimbitahan ko po kayong i-like and subscribe and follow their social media, Ballout Sports. At mabuhay po kayo. This is Jeffrey Tam. Shout out Ballout.
Ballout! Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
Ballout Hoops Challenge. Ballout Hoops.
As we start the second half of this game between the XentroMall Golden Coolers and the game changer Novaliches Warriors, you can get updates about the league on social media, Ballout Sports PH. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And with that basket by Velasco Panis, game changer Novaliches Warriors takes a 2-point lead to start the third quarter. Coach, ano yung kwento natin nung first half?
Well, surprisingly, there are some stats that game changer Novaliches actually has an advantage over XentroMall. They're out-rebounding XentroMall by 6 rebounds. Points in the paint, 24-18. Second chance points, 13-4. This is really quite a surprise because I was talking all first half long that it was imperative for itong game changer Novaliches to hit their outside shots. But so far they've been playing inside and doing quite well versus the bigger giants itong XentroMall.
And itong si Rios goes for 3 at the corner, no good. Digno, he tried to go on a fast break layup kanina, hindi pumasok. And ito ngayon ulit ang black shirts ng game changer Novaliches. Salazar will set things up. He's up against Edgar Charcos. Pick and roll with Ujan, gives it up to the corner. Ujan now with the free throw jumper, misses, but he's fouled by Fuentes.
Well, I think for XentroMall, they really have to start working and play their own game because they're just going with the pace, whatever pace that game changer Novaliches wants. And I mean, if they try to grind this out, there's no way itong game changer Novaliches will be able to keep up with them, especially with the big men that they have inside.
Speaking of big men, may bagong pinasok na big man para dito sa game change sa XentroMall Golden Coolers to replace it with si
I believe
Fuentes.
this is Bernardo.
Yeah, number 53 for the XentroMall Golden Coolers.
So he's already the fourth big man that they have put in. They
Oo.
started with Fuentes, then they went to Bob, then Pasha. Now it's Bernardo manning the center slot for them.
What does this tell you, Coach? Na parang niro-rotate nila ang kanilang big men ngayon.
Well, they are actually preparing for bigger leagues. So I think for Coach Jonathan Banal, he's really just looking for people he can use for that big league.
Okay, so yun. Puntahan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter, si Andrea, with the report. Go ahead, Andrea.
Dikit ang puntos ng dalawang team on the start of the third quarter. Sabi nga ni Coach Jonathan from XentroMall, kailangan lang nila gandahan ang kanilang rebounds and to improve the team's communication and their defense. Sa kabilang banda naman, nabanggit sa akin ni Coach Carlo of Novaliches Warriors ang magandang laro ng 19-year-old player na si Paulo Galvez of Novaliches Warriors na nagsa-step up ngayon sa court on the absence of June Gabane. Dagdag pa niya, the energy of the team are really keeping up with the powerhouse Central Golden Coolers. Mainit ang laban tonight between these two teams. Sino kaya makakasungkit ng panalo? Back to you, Joel and Noy.
And thank you for that report, Andrea. So, itong papasok na si Paulo Galvez, he has really been a revelation para dito sa black shirts.
So actually, yung jersey number niya pala represents his age.
Oo nga.
But of course, ito nga si Galvez, one of the young guns that we have in this tournament. I think we have another 19-year-old playing for 1-4BF, Jomel Ancheta. And there's a grade 12 student playing for University of Makati Strong Group in Moel Morales.
Wow. So starting them young, no? Which is one of the things that we want to do here in Ballout Sports. No? Teach them the value of basketball.
Playing against grown men.
Oo. Parang sila ano lang yan, sila Luka Doncic, no? 16 years old pa lang, naglalaro na sa pros.
Parang tayo, pag kinalaro natin si Farley, ganyan, grown men.
Oo, grown men. But a layup there by Malilin goes in and itong black shirts tried to push it up but to no avail. So Galvez will set the table. He gets a screen from Motol. Motol goes inside with the pick and roll. Kick it out. Ujan will go inside.
Oh!
In the face of XentroMall.
With a jam.
Adzar Ujan with Ujam. Yan.
That's right. Well, I was kind of waiting for that to happen.
Oh.
Let's see if Malilin can find a reply soon enough.
Tingnan natin kung sasagot. Ito ngayon si Digno going up. He's blocked by Malilin. And they still have the ball though. Velasco Panis kicks it out. Here's Ojan. He will now go for the jumper. No good. Rebound goes to Motol and he gets it in.
Right now, itong game changer Novaliches slowly building some confidence, and this is really not something that itong XentroMall will want.
So, itong XentroMall trying to look for answers. Aquino loses the ball, kicks it back up, kicks it over to Rios. Rios to the corner. Charcos will go for three. Misses everything. And the game changer Novaliches is pushing it up, but it's recovered nitong si Aquino. Rios, this time, he will go inside. Nope, drops it off. Malilin with a lay-in. Yes!
Well, this is really the advantage of XentroMall. And I think they really have to start going to the basket more, and hopefully that opens up more opportunities from there for them in the perimeter.
So simulan muna opensa sa ilalim para maging libre sa labas, which is one of their primary sources of points, no? And open shots might create more opportunities for them. So papasok ngayon itong si Are at Capobres para kay Charcos. And another player from Aquino. Yeah. So anyway, rebound there goes to Malilin. Let's see what he will do here. Pulls the ball out. Kala ko doon nasasagot kay dyan. Rios goes inside. Rebound goes to Capobres, but the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the CentroMall Golden Cougars.
Well, we said earlier itong CentroMall, I feel like their offense should start from the inside going outside. On the other end naman, itong Novaliches, I feel like they should be more of attacking from the outside, going inside. So, magkabila, different ends of the spectrum for both teams.
Ito ngayon si Malilin goes up against Motol. Misses on that layup. Here's Ojan. Goes up, but he's blocked this time by Bernardo. Running back on the other side is Are. Down to Capobres. Yes! And the Golden Cougars will take over the lead.
That's the kind of shots that you want to get on a 3-on-2 fast break, and just good execution there for CentroMall.
Galvez, he's being harassed by Are. Over to Motol. He's up against Malilin. Gets a screen from Ujan. Here's Velasco Panis. Steal attempt there by Are. Nope. Galvez for three. Makes it.
So this is really a good sign for game changer if they can hit more of those three-pointers.
I believe that is like the third triple para dito kay Galvez. Samantalang sa kabila, ito si Malilin tries to get it inside. Grabs his own rebound, but he's fouled.
Well, if they do try and set up Malilin underneath, I feel like there's really no one on that lineup of game changer Novaliches who can match up with them. You can make the case that itong si Ujan can try and match up with him, but on a strength standpoint, itong si Malilin definitely has an advantage over Ujan. But he is replaced now by Jonas Tibayan.
So pinahinga muna itong si Malilin. Capobres inside, spins. He's blocked by Ujan. Bernardo off to the corner. Capobres. He will go for the jumper, but he's blocked. Para nitong si Galvez. Galvez will go all the way for the layup.
Paulo Galvez this time showing some youthful exuberance. Whatever that means.
Galvez already has 17 points para dito sa black shirts. And foul there was called on Galvez. Ito yung CentroMall, Capobres setting things up. Are at the wing gives it downstairs, but the ball is tapped out inside with 6.9 seconds to go to shoot. CentroMall will have the ball. Triggering the inbound is Rios.
So we were talking about earlier the mother of Coach Jonathan and Ice Banal. That's Tita Minel Banal.
So supporting her sons. And Are is free, but he misses on that triple. Rebound goes to Bernardo. Are will try once again. Finally makes it.
And hopefully for CentroMall, they can get their bench going because they are being outscored by game changer 26-17. I believe most of that coming from Paulo Galvez.
Ujan, meanwhile, wants his piece of the pie. That is his 14th point. So dalawa na silang naka-double figures para dito sa black shirts. Samantalang sa kabila naman si Troy Malilin pa lang ang nasa double figures para sa CentroMall Golden Cougars.
Alden Capobres starting to go to work together with Coach Jonathan Banal, who you can hear in the background.
And Galvez, dribble move, gives it downstairs to Motol with an easy lay-in. Etong si Galvez really causing a lot of problems para dito sa CentroMall.
Well, if we weren't informed that he was only a 19-year-old, I would never have guessed.
Rios, meanwhile, gets his shot on a three.
So CentroMall getting that lead back over the Warriors.
It's 57-56 with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ito ngayon, that was Villarosa with a miss from three. Tumatakbo ang Golden Coolers. Rios in the middle gives it over to Capobres. Swings it to the far corner. Miss on the three by Are. Rebound goes to the black shirts. Off and running is Paolo Galvez. He will go in, gives it up to India, who misses the layup. Rebound. Tumatakbo ulit ngayon ang Golden Coolers and a foul is given up by Galvez.
Itong si PJ Insa after that breakout game in that loss versus M7 RPBY. He had 20 points, but so far in this ball game has been overshadowed by the great game coming from Paulo Galvez. Insa has yet to score sa ating laro.
So 2 free throws will be given to Aljun Capobres. Ito nga, importante na makakontribute din ulit itong si Intia para ma-push pa itong game changer Novaliches over the Golden Coolers. Kailangan niyang sabayan itong pagputok nitong si Paulo Galvez at si Azar Udjan. Capobres makes that second free throw, gives them a bit of breathing room. 58 to 56 with 70 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Salazar calling the shots. Villarosa gives it over to the corner. Intia does not have a shot, gives it back to Villarosa. Loses the ball. Tumatakbo ulit ngayon ang Golden Coolers pero natap doon. Tibayan over to Are and they will set it up. J-Boy Gob. He can make this shot and he does.
That's going to be big, especially if he can bring out his defender, the big man of game changer Novaliches.
And J-Boy Gob now showing the full wingspan on defense. Pinapakita niya na ayaw niyang malaman ng maramdaman na game changer na pwede silang pumasok doon ng basta-basta. Fast break attempt dito ng Golden Coolers. 16 seconds to go into the third quarter. Gob gives it down to Tibayan. And they will go for the last shot here, most likely. Capobres, he's got 7 seconds to go. He will take the shot. Misses though. Rebound goes to the Blackshirts. They still have time for one last heave. Villarosa misses. And that is it for the third quarter. The score is 61 to 56. It is a 5-point lead for the XentroMall Golden Coolers heading into the fourth quarter. This is your Cocogen Insurance Ballout Sports Founders Cup Season 2. Coach Noy and I will be back to bring you the fourth quarter.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and
Hi mga ka-Ballout, this is Ballout Shoutout. Kasama ko nga ngayon si Adrian Castillo. Adrian, sino ba ang sinusuportahan mo tonight?
Yung Novaliches game changer, especially si Kuya Reinhardt tsaka si Kuya JM. Ako lang na kaso wala si Kuya eh.
Meron ka bang gustong sabihin sa mga sinusuportahan mo tonight?
Galingan nyo at dito lang kami sumusuporta. Kaya nyo yan.
Ayan, meron ka bang gustong i-shoutout sa ating mga online viewers ngayon?
Shoutout sa sa mga nanood ngayon, especially sa coaching staff ng San Mateo Saints, sila Ate Coach Nerdy, Coach Abjan, tsaka si Sir James. Pagaling kayo, pagaling ka Kuya James.
Thank you so much, Adrian. That was our Ballout shoutout. Back to Joel Anoy.
And that was your ball-out shoutout. And nagsagutan ng tres dito si Ari at Velasco Panis. So the score is 64 to 59 with 9.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. What happened there in the third quarter, Coach? Nakalamang na finally ng 5 points ang Golden Coolers by the end.
Well, they started hitting some outside shots and that will only mean trouble for Coach Paulo Pacheco ng Warriors of Novaliches.
Ito si Velasco Panis misses on that another 3-point attempt. Tumatakbo ulit ngayon ang Golden Coolers. Capobres goes inside. No foul call there. So pushing the ball naman itong black shirts. Intia is met by Gob and a foul is called on the big boy, J-Boy Gob.
Well, I feel like J-Boy Gob is too much of a nice guy. I mean, the minute after that collision, he immediately went to feed Jay Intia.
So that is only the second personal nitong si J-Boy Gob. So baka pwede rin natin sabihin, Coach, no, na kaya medyo kinonserve itong si J-Boy Gob nung first 3 quarters. Inikot muna nila yung iba nilang mga sentro para dito sa fourth quarter, pwede nilang ibuhos si J-Boy Gob.
Well, it might actually also be a case of very agile kasi itong mga bigs na ginagamit ni Coach Carlo Pacheco. And with the absence of John Ambulodto, he can afford to not play J-Boy Gob too much.
Two-man game there between Are and Gob. Are with the ball. He's up against Salazar. Kick out. Capobres goes inside. Misses on that layup.
Aljon Capobres has missed a lot of gimmies here.
Here's Joven. Loses the ball. XentroMall wants to push it up. Here's Ray De La Rosa. Misses on the jumper. Rebound goes to the smallest man in Salazar. He's pushing it up for the black shirts. Gives it up to Velasco Panis. And Velasco Panis is fouled by Tibayan.
Right now, itong si Coach Jonathan Banal is actually daring itong game changer Novaliches to beat them from the outside. He's using that zone defense, and yun nga, you said earlier, the full showcase of the wingspan of J-Boy Gob.
Oo, yung parang mas gugustuhin niya na tumira sa labas. Alam niya kasi na right now, last place ay itong or ninth place itong game changer Novaliches sa 3-point shooting.
Well, right now, itong game changer Novaliches 5 out of 20 from the 3-point line for only 25%. So if you play the percentages, that's actually a good one to use.
Missed there again by Are. Here is, that was Velasco Panis with a miss on the layup, but straight gets the putback.
Using his length and leaping ability that time is Jason the Transporter Straight.
De La Rosa gets a screen from Tibayan. They kick it out. Gob. He's up against Velasco Panis. Kicks it out. Tibayan will go for the jumper, missing. Rebound goes to Joven. Pushes it up right away. Ang ganda ng touch pass from straight to Salazar. The score is now tied up once again at 64 with 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
So itong game changer, actually keeping in step sa fast break points with XentroMall Golden Coolers with 12 each.
So tingnan natin how this horns play will materialize. De La Rosa goes for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Joven. And the Golden Coolers telling the referees that there was some extracurricular activities happening there. Walang tinawag ng referee. Tingnan natin kung ano yung mangyayari dito sa upcoming play. Medyo nagkakaroon ng kulay between Incha and Tibayan. Tibayan kicks it to Gob, who misses that baby hook.
I feel like the shots that XentroMall Golden Coolers have been getting the past few possessions have not been very good.
They haven't been looking for the optimum shot. Meanwhile, ito si DJ Intia gets his first field goal at triple.
So after a 20-point explosion in their last game, PJ Intia with just 4 points.
And a screen for De La Rosa there. The score is 67-64. Tibayan misses another jumper. Abuda with a rebound. De La Rosa. He's now up against straight. Gob will shoot the tray, missing this time. Rebound goes again to Abuda. That is a sentence that we heard a lot when we were young. And De La Rosa with the 3 now. That's a little bit new.
Well, that's something that you don't want to give. Itong si Ray De La Rosa shooting 40% so far in our tournament already. His third 3-pointer in our ball game.
Straight harassed by Are. Here's Salazar with a jumper. Misses. Rebound, scramble, and the ball will stay by the black shirts.
With 5 minutes remaining, we see itong si Jan and Galvez checking back in for the black shirts, while itong si Charcos and Malilin checking in for the white shirts.
So inbound is triggered by itong si Bren Motol. It goes over to Incha. He will try another three. No good this time. Rebound goes to Straight. Kicks it down to Ujan. Ujan will try a three. Misses that one. Rebound. Charcos. Will he push or will he slow it down? He's looking for someone to pass the ball to. He gives it to Abuda. They've got 14 seconds on their shot clock. Malilin over to Abuda. De La Rosa over to Charcos. 8 seconds to shoot. Charcos will go for three. No good. Rebound by Galvez.
So far, the defense of game changer Novaliches holding up here.
Here's Straight. Gives it up to Motol for the layup. And the XentroMall Golden Coolers call a timeout. The score is 69-67. It is a 2-point lead for the game changer Novaliches Warriors. We will be back to bring you the rest of the fourth quarter.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepperco.
Ballout Hoops Challenge.
And some of the supporters that we have here on at the Marikina Sports Center. And if you want to get updated, you can always check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Yan. So silang lahat siguro ay right now fina-follow na nila ang social media nitong Ballout Sports. Just search for Ballout Sports PH. So search nyo din kami. And you will get updates and you will see highlights and the best plays nitong tournament natin. So right now may pinapahid pa na wet spot sa floor. The score is 69-67. 2-point lead for the game changer Novaliches Warriors. So it's press being employed dito ng black shirts of the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And of course, we'd also like to thank the people behind Ballout Sports, our President Chris Bautista, Commissioner Joe Lipa, Deputy Commissioner Matt Calizar, Basketball Operations Head Ronald Butulis, Assistant Basketball Operations Head Bert De La Rosa, and Technical Head Noel Canya. Charcos goes inside, fakes away Ujan, but Ujan is still there to block his shot.
Well, just the length there of Ujan being able to bother Charcos.
Eto ngayon si Galvez, gives it off to Motol. Ujan, he's up against Aquino. Jostling for position, gives it out to Straight for the jumper. No good. Rebound to Motol. He's blocked from behind by Rios. Ball will go back to the XentroMall Golden Coolers. And hindi pa rin umuusad ang ating score. It is still a 2-point lead for the game changer Novaliches Warriors. With 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Rios receives the ball at the top of the key. Rios kicks it out. Malilin, he will try a three. Missing this time. Rebound goes to Ujan. Ujan, you know he wants to run. Ujan goes and he's fouled. Foul will be called, I believe, on Pasha. And Ujan will have 2 free throws.
Well, you like the presence of mind there for Ujan. The minute he heard that whistle, he put up that shot basically and gets a trip to the foul line.
A little bit of protestations from the Golden Coolers. Sabi nila nasa baba pa daw, pero hindi. Sabi ng referee, papunta na sa layup. So John makes his first.
Actually, we have what could be a significant development here. Itong si Paolo Galvez already has 4 personal fouls. So if you're Coach Jonathan Banal, you might want to get him out of the ball game as soon as possible. Already has hurt you with 17 points.
Oo, so atakihin nila yung depensa nitong si Galvez para mawalan ng game changer itong Novaliches. Rios with the ball right now. He kicks it in to Patrick Aquino, and Aquino is fouled, and the basket goes. Foul will be called on Bren Moto.
Bench doon on game changer. Novaliches holding their breath dahil Galvez was actually in on that action, but the foul will be called on Bren Motol. That's his 3rd.
Papasok ulit ngayon dito si Roger Santos. He usually comes in around this time to give some clutch 3-point shots, pero today he has not been on point. No? Aquino misses the bonus free throw.
So it's still a 1-point lead here for game changer Warriors.
Galvez directing play. Motol gets a screen from straight. Kicks it over to Santos. He can pull up from there. Galvez. 5 seconds to shoot. Galvez drops it down to Motol. Makes the layup.
Great presence of mind there. Itong si Galvez finding Motol for that close to a buzzer-beating shot.
Rios on the other side. Gives it to Charcos. He will try a 3. Misses. Rebound goes to Rios. Goes back up and in. And game changer Novaliches Warriors will call a timeout. The score is 72-71. It's just a 1-point lead for the game changer Novaliches Warriors. We will be back to bring you the rest of the 4th quarter.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
And we're back in the ball game. Lamang pa rin ang piso ang game changer na Novaliches Warriors. This is an exciting ball game between the Warriors and the Golden Coolers. Press implemented nitong Golden Coolers, pero na-break ng Golden Coolers, pero na-huli ng Golden Coolers. Here's Charcos. Gives it over to the corner. Downstairs to Tibayan. Rios will go for the 3. Misses again.
Well, that 3-point shot has not been falling for XentroMall Golden Cooler so far. 9 out of 33.
Wow, that is less than a third. Galvez with the ball right now. He has been the man of the hour. Missed there by Roger Santos from 3. That would have been big. Rios pushing it up. Ooh, Tibayan was not looking, and the ball sails out of bounds.
Well, actually, Tibayan was looking but not expecting.
Ooh.
Actually, the guy who was open was on the other end of the basket. It was Malilin who was asking for the leather.
Patrick Aquino checks in for Jordan Rios. This is most likely a defensive substitution. Galvez gives it to Jan for the jumper. Misses. Rebound. Goes to Tibayan. Gives it straight up to Capobres. Tumatakbo ngayon dito si Aquino. With 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Aquino goes straight to the basket for the layup.
I think this has to be the biggest basket so far for Patrick Aquino in this tournament, giving that lead back to the Golden Coolers.
Pero si Galvez on the other side misses on that layup. Rebound, scramble, and ball will go to the Golden Coolers.
Right now for game changer Novaliches. They really need to grow up and grow up real quick. Especially itong crunch time is pretty much the domain of the Golden Coolers.
This is shaping up to be a very exciting ending. No? So Aquino is fouled by Motol. With less than a minute to go, the XentroMall Golden Coolers are up by 173 to 72. Bola ngayon ng Golden Coolers. Patrick Aquino will trigger the inbound. Malilid. Swings it to Tibayan. Aquino inside is fouled, and that foul will be called on, it seems to be Paulo Galvez, and that is it for Paulo Galvez for tonight. He will go out with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. A breakout game for him, but minute short, no? Hindi niya matatapos itong ball game na to.
Well, he's hoping that he did enough for them to pull off this win, but Patrick Aquino looking to extend that lead to 2.
Tingnan natin, he missed his first free throw and makes the second. He's 1 out of 2.
So 11 points here coming from Patrick Aquino, pretty much their premier ball stopper, but the 11 points here, really a bonus for Coach Jonathan Banal.
He is contributing what should have been the contribution of some of the other bigger names dito from the Golden Coolers. 8 to 0, Roger Santos misses on the 3. Rebound goes to Capobres. 30 seconds to go. They are up by 2 itong Golden Coolers. Charcos up against Salazar. 13 seconds to go in their shot clock. Screen from Tibayan. Charcos loses the ball. Eto si Motol, they push it up. And here is Santos is fouled by Capobres.
Well, that's a good duty foul there for Capobres. Not giving up the layup and making sure that there's no three-point play opportunity here for Roger Santos.
So with 10 seconds to go, Roger Santos is at the line for 2, hoping to tie this ball game up. He makes the first. The referees telling the players to stay in their lanes and telling them not to move before itira itong free throw. Roger Santos is known more as an outside sniper. He hasn't been on point outside, and timeout is called para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers. We will hold on for the final 10 seconds of this ball game. The score is tied at 74 all. Coach, what do we expect mula dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers for what will probably be their final play?
Well, they are pretty much in a tabla manalo situation, so to speak. So I think the best course of action for them would be to give Charcos the ball, clear it out, and make him decide what to do. They can do some pick and roll action here, but I think even if you isolate him, the best course of action for me is to give the ball to Charcos and make him decide what will happen in the last 10 seconds.
Make your court general lead you to the outcome of the fourth quarter. He does have weapons on the floor in Aljon Capobres, Troy Malilin, Patrick Aquino, and Jonas Tibayan. So tignan natin, this is the same 5 that will finish out this fourth quarter.
One more thing to note is both teams are in the penalty, so they might want to try and go inside, try to pick up a foul.
So tignan natin ngayon. It is Charcos who will trigger the inbound pass. Samantalang dito naman sa kabila ang mga players, we've got Motol, Intia, Cocogen, Ujan, and Roger Santos. Very tight ball game all throughout. Wala talagang nakalamang sobra-sobra. Tignan natin how far it will go. Charcos almost out of time and he is called for the 5-second violation.
That's the last thing that they wanted to happen. And quickly, ito si Coach Carlo Pacheco will be calling a timeout, and I think we should just hang on to the air.
Hang on to the air.
With still 10 seconds remaining.
Walang nabawas doon sa oras kasi nagkaroon ng 5-second violation. Ano naman ngayon sa tingin mo dapat gawin nitong game changer na Novaliches?
Right now, I think the ball should land with. I think I'm gonna have to go with Motol handling the basketball, or if he can actually try and bring in Bill Digno. But right now, very vocal on that bench is PJ Intia. So I wouldn't be surprised if the ball will fall to Intia initially, and of course, you'd want them to go hard to that paint, especially with the penalty situation for both teams.
So, tignan natin. So, hindi pa rin binago ang lineup. So,
Ng parehong team.
Yeah, ng parehong team. So, tignan natin how this will develop. PJ Intia. PJ Intia did check in into the ball game. He will trigger the inbound. He will be harassed by Capobres. Motol going out. He's got Jan downstairs. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it will go back to the CentroMall Golden Coolers, who will call their final timeout. The longest 10 seconds of our lives.
Well, actually, it's the longest 0.4 seconds of our life. I think we had like 5 real time minutes gone on and only 0.4 seconds gone sa ating clock. So,
and we will be back to bring you the last 9.7 seconds of this ball game.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to go home.
And this has been a very exciting ball game, made even more exciting by the crowd that we have here at the Marikina Sports Center. You still have time to catch one more game. We do have a 4-game slate. But right now, we have 9.7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter of this game between the Golden Coolers and the Warriors. Aquino triggering the inbound. They did, and that was a backdoor play. Malili goes in, misses on the layup. Ujan gets the rebound. 5 seconds to go. Stolen by Aquino, and ball will...
the bench of CentroMall claiming that that was a goaltending violation. You had Ujan tapping that ring, so the board so hard that it was shaking.
CentroMall still with the ball. Aquino, Tibayan, Charcos, no good. And we are going into overtime. The score, the fourth quarter score ends with 74-all. And Coach Noy and I will be back to bring you overtime.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to go home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
Mga Repapis, may exciting game ako para sa inyo. Ito ang Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Pwedeng manalo na hanggang 1,000,000 piso. Bawat kiskis, matutulungan mo ang mga atletang Pilipino. Available at all lotto outlets and resellers nationwide.
Itaas ang pride ng bansa habang nag-e-enjoy. Bilhin na ng Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Go for Gold, produkto ng Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office. Tanging may edad 18 pataas lamang maaaring bumili at maglaro ng Go for Gold Scratch Cards. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
And we will need 5 extra minutes to settle this game between the XentroMall Golden Coolers and the game changer Novaliches Warriors. The score is 74-all. So, pero one big development para dito sa game changer Novaliches Warriors ay wala na si Paolo Galvez. So, titignan natin kung kanino maghahanap ng puntos itong Warriors for
I
this
think it's
overtime
time
period.
for PJ Intia to try and take over this Warrior offense.
And he's blocked there by Malilin. Capobres, he wants to push it up. Capobres is up against Incha. Gives it to Malilin. Met by Joven. Drop pass downstairs to Tibayan. Makes that layup.
Great setup there from Troy Malilin early in the tournament. That's something that we were discussing about, that inability or that unwillingness for Troy Malilin to give up that basketball, but that time setting up Jonas Tibayan for 2.
Oh, so nakikita teammates involved. Ujan, meanwhile, gets that rebound and misses on the fadeaway jumper. And the ball escapes the hands of Malilin.
Well, Troy Malilin in a series of unfortunate events, missing that point-blank shot in regulation, and this time failing to hold on to that basketball.
Motol will trigger the inbound. He gives it downstairs to Joven, who makes that layup.
So with a minute gone, we're still tied in 4 minutes sa ating first overtime.
Dare I say, first of at least 2? Malilin, meanwhile, kicks it out to Charcos. Gives it over to Capobres for 3! Hindi talaga nagsipasok ng tres na lang itong Golden Coolers.
Well, luckily for them, they had Patrick Aquino cleaning up the offensive boards there.
And here's Salazar, gives it up to Ojan. Si Ojan medyo nawala din sa opensa nitong Warriors nung dying seconds ng fourth quarter. Salazar, meanwhile, he wanted to give it down to Motol, but he'll have to settle. No, gives it up to Santos. Santos for 3! Finally makes one.
Santos that time with the shooter's bounce, and literally the bounce coming for a shooter.
Yes, the wing sniper. Capobres, meanwhile, goes inside with a layup. Basket is good, and a foul.
Well, another way to reply to a three-point shot is try to get it the conventional, old-fashioned, ancient way.
The Farley way.
The Farley way. There you go.
And Capobres, of course, shout out to our friends sa panel. Si Farley and Nico finished the first 2 games. Kami naman ni Coach Noy dito sa next 2 games. And yung mga kasama nating iba dito sa panel.
Si Coach Mike, si Eman,
si Professor Ray. Yun. Shout out. And etong si Capobres converts on that 3-point play. There's now a 2-point lead for the Golden Coolers. Nawala ang bola dun kay Joven, pero sabi ni ref, nag-push up daw.
Well, both teams already in the penalty, so that's going to mean 2 free throws for Joven.
So Joe Joven with 2 opportunities. An opportunity to tie up this ball game once again. He misses on the first though. Nakaabang na dun sa isang side ng court ang Marikina Shoelanders. They're waiting for their turn to take on the court. They are the main feature of this 4-game slate on a Thursday. Joven makes the second. It's now 81-80. Just a the slimmest of leads para dito sa white shirts. Charcos goes inside. Double clutch layup makes it.
That time, Charcos going aggressively to the basket. Of course, that penalty situation in play.
At parang kailangan niyang gawin pa yun ng mas madalas. And he blocks that shot by Joe Hoven. Here's Aquino pushing the ball. He's got Malinen on the other side for the lay-in.
And all of a sudden, the Golden Coolers have been able to attack in transition, but there's a timeout here for Coach Carlo Pacheco. We will be right back.
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Kalos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons.
Hoops Challenge. Ball out. Hoops.
And we're back. Joel Parcon here bringing the action with Coach Noy Africa. The score is currently 85-80 in overtime. A 5-point lead in favor of the XentroMall Golden Coolers. Ujan is called for an offensive foul. Nag-extend yung kanyang kaliwang kamay.
And unfortunately for him, was just too high and hit itong si Tibayan in the jaw area. So very evident there for the referees to call.
Salazar pressing against Charcos in the backcourt. Charcos had went inside for the layup kanina, was aggressive. Let's see what he does this time. Gets a screen from Tibayan, gets it downstairs. Aquino misses on the layup, but he is fouled.
Aquino being rewarded for his aggressiveness here, getting a foul on Bren Motol, who will foul out.
So he is the second Warrior who will graduate from this ball game with 5 fouls. Aquino at the line, shooting 2. In the hopes of extending this lead for the Golden Coolers. It now stands at 86-80 with 1 minute and 42 seconds to go here in overtime. Aquino misses the second, but he tries to go for the rebound. Doesn't go though. Salazar telling his troops to...
It's a 2-possession lead here for XentroMall.
Eto ngayon si Salazar. Gets a screen from straight. Santos for 3. No good. Rebound goes to Aquino for his 4th rebound. He brings it down. Gives it out to Charcos. Met by Santos. Charcos goes inside. Kicks it out to the corner. Malilin kicks it back to Charcos for 3. No good on the 3. Rebound scramble goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Warriors. With 59 seconds to go here in overtime, it is a 6-point lead for the XentroMall Golden Coolers over the game changer Novaliches Warriors. Salazar, they need to pick up the pace a bit. There is straight downstairs, misses that gimme. Rebound goes to Malilin.
That's actually a bad foul there for Ujan.
Because there in the penalty, 2 free throws will be awarded to Troy Malilin. And possibly he can extend this lead to 8 points.
And into a 3-possession ball game.
Malilin makes the first. One more chance. measures up with a practice follow-through shot, but misses on the actual free throw. Salazar, like I said, he needs to pick up the pace. Gives it up to Ujan. Ujan, he will take the three. Misses. Rebound goes to Aquino with 33 seconds to go. It is a 7-point lead para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers, and it seems that they will escape with this win against the game changer Novaliches Warriors. But good effort given para dito sa Warriors, ano, Coach?
Well, they did hang around, and I think for XentroMall Golden Coolers, they kind of lived dangerously in this ball game. And luckily for them, they were able to make the big shots in overtime. They failed to make one in regulation to win it outright. But then again, at the end of the day, all you really have to get are the wins. Regardless if it's a 100-point blowout or a 1-point overtime victory, it's still just one win.
That's correct. And Charcos makes his second free throw. And so Salazar pushes it up, gives it to Mendoza. They need to shoot right away. Mendoza will turn it over to Aquino, and itatawid na lang ito ni Patrick Aquino. And Patrick Aquino has been a big contributor para dito sa XentroMall Golden Coolers para sa laban na to.
It was actually the surprise package here for Coach Jonathan Banal. Always the guy they use to defend the best perimeter offensive player. So any points you get out of him is really a bonus. And in this ball game, Patrick Aquino finishing with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just really a big bonus for Coach Jonathan Banal.
So, yun nga, si Patrick Aquino. And revelation para dito sa kabilang side, no, para sa Warriors, itong si Paulo Galvez, the 19-year-old, playing really well, playing not like a 19-year-old para dito sa ball game natin. And yun, na-mention natin itong si Patrick Aquino. He is now with our courtside reporter, Andrea, as our best player of this ball game. Let's switch it over to Andrea.
We have here the best player of the game, number 16, Patrick Aquino from XentroMall Golden Coolers. So, napakaganda ng laro ngayong gabi. Sa tingin mo, ano naging advantage team nyo laban sa game changer Novaliches Warriors? Dahil nga all throughout the game, sobrang dikit ng laban ng both teams.
Nung first half kasi, nag-struggle kami. So, nag-usap-usap kami ng mga teammate ko, mga coaches, na kailangan namin bumawi sa second half. Ayun, inumpisahan namin sa depensa.
Thank you so much and congratulations. Meron ka bang gustong batiin at pasalamatan sa ating mga viewers ngayon?
Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Ballout, saka sa team namin, XentroMall, kaila Boss Dre, saka sa girlfriend ko nanonood, sa yung family ko sa Laguna and sa Bicol. Yun lang.
Thank you so much. Our best player of the game, Mr. Patrick Aquino from XentroMall Golden Coolers. Back to the panel.
And congratulations to the XentroMall Golden Coolers, winning 88-80 over the game changer Novaliches Warriors. And congratulations as well to Patrick Aquino for taking home the best player of the ball game honors. Alam ko may matatanggap siyang GC mula sa ating sponsor. Magagamit niya rin yan after this Royal Rumble of a game. Anyway, huwag kayong bumitaw mga kaibigan, mga ka-Ballout. We still have one game left and it's another crucial one. Babalik kami ni Coach Noy to bring you the game between the Magic 7 RPBY East Dental Clinic versus the home team, Marikina Shoelanders. Dito pa rin yan sa Cocogen Insurance Ballout Sports Founders Cup Season 2. Liga natin to!
Cocogen Insurance and Ballout Sports would like to thank the following. Cocogen Insurance, 14BF, MDC, Carlos PH Sportswear, Chachago, L&J Spa to Go Home, Detail Avenue, Snazzy Hair, Motolite, and Pepetons. Cocogen Insurance and